In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best Mustang GT exhaust setups for under $1,000. If you're new to the channel, this is my 2017 Mustang GT, and I've had well over 5 different exhaust setups, costing me between $4,000 to $5,000. And in today's video, I'm going to help you guys pick a really good sounding exhaust system setup without having to spend thousands of dollars like I did. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as you see, we're on American Muscle. This is the site where I buy all my exhaust and majority of my mods from. And so if you're looking for something that's loud, but you don't want to be super loud, extremely loud, then I would say getting an Xpipe exhaust is the way to go. So if you're looking for something aggressive that's loud, but isn't like over the top, I would definitely recommend the Roush Axlebacks. I've had these before on my previous setup, and these things sound really amazing. So definitely recommend the Roush Axlebacks. And another good one as well is a muffler delete for the SR Performance. These are pretty good as well. So let me go ahead and give you guys a couple of sound clips on what the exhaust sounds like. So as you see right here, the exhaust isn't super loud. It's, louder than stock, but it does give you that sound as well. So let me go ahead and show you guys the Roush as well. This is the Roush Axleback only. So as you see, there is some loudness. It does sound good, and these are just some good setups I would recommend if you're looking for something that's louder than stock. So as you see, the SR Performance is $230, which isn't bad at all. The Roush is a bit more pricey, but they definitely work really well and pair really well together with Xpipes and Hpipes. So I would definitely recommend these two setups right here. And if you want to be a little bit louder right here, and you plan on maybe not getting a new setup, then I would definitely recommend getting something like the Corsa Track Series. So these are super loud. I would say the cold starts, they're loud, but they're not over the top. So those are just the top 3 right there that I would get if I was just getting Axlebacks only. And now you might be asking, well, okay, how can I get even louder? So what I like to do is I also like to, let me go on to another tab real quick. But what I like to do is, the way you can save your money the most is by pairing your Axleback with Xpipes instead of getting a catback system. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to exhaust. And you're going to see right here we have the mid pipes, so we're going to go ahead and go to mid pipes. So just a disclaimer, the Xpipes are going to be more raspier, whereas the Hpipes are going to be more throatier, so more deeper sounding. In my opinion, I really like the Xpipe over the Hpipe, but be sure to do your research when doing this, because you don't want to have to switch exhaust system setups like I have multiple times. But now that we're talking, as you see right here, just to get louder, you can spend $145 on an Xpipe, right? $250 for an Hpipe. So what I would do if I was in this situation, or what I would do is if I'm trying to get an exhaust setup that's under $1,000, my best bet is to, the setup that I would go with would be the SR Performance muffler delete, and then I will pair that with the SR Performance Xpipe. So as you see right there, that's $150 plus $230. So you're not even, I don't think you're over $700 at that point. So that's a good bet. And if you're actually interested on how this sounds, let me go ahead and show you guys real quick. So just a disclaimer as well, the cold starts on these are going to be extremely loud. They're going to, you know, wake up neighbors if you have neighbors. So just keep that in mind when you're, you know, deleting the resonator and getting an Xpipe or Hpipe with the axle back exhaust. The cold starts are pretty brutal. So here's an example right here.
Alright guys, so we got like have that high frequency. So far so good. Alright. Temperatures, but just kind of cruising right here on the pipeline very soon.
So yeah, that's like a really good setup. Another setup that I would choose if I'm mixing and matching between the axle backs and the X or H pipes is I would go with you know, the SR Performance again, you know, because it's the cheapest one. But also look right here, we have over 500 reviews and it's almost 5 stars. It's like 4.8 looks like. So another setup that I'll go with would probably be the Roush Axleback with the, let me actually just see how much it is. Well, so it would be the Roush Axleback and then we're also going to add in the SR Performance. So this right here probably is right so it looks like just before taxes we're probably right at $1,000 to do that setup. But let's go ahead and do the next best thing. So let's actually go back to exhaust. So go back. And honestly, what I would go with next would be probably the Flowmaster Outlaw. So let's pair this. So Flowmaster Outlaw, right, $715. And then I would pair that with the Xpipe. So probably the SR Performance Xpipe. And that should get you just under $1,000. So basically, in order to get even louder, so from the axle backs, you know, we have that restriction of the resonator. So getting an Xpipe, getting like a, you know, really good Xpipe that's cheap, but also at the same time heavily reviewed, is the way to go. So I would definitely, you know, choose any one of these exhausts, these axle backs. It doesn't really matter which one, but just know that when you're getting an Xpipe or an Hpipe added on top of the axle back, that the car is going to be really loud, and at the same time the cold starts are going to be ridiculously loud as well. So in my opinion, I think the best setup right now that I would go with if I'm going with, you know, $1,000 budget, and also, you know, pairing the axle back with the Xpipe, is most likely going to be the SR Performance Muffler Delete, and then I'm also going to get probably the SR Performance Xpipe, or you can get any other Xpipes or Xpipes that you like. Let me see. Yeah, so you can get any Xpipes or Hpipes like that. These will work well. So what I personally have on my car right now is I have the boiler switchfire, and this basically eliminates all drone. So this one right here is really good. I recommend that. But yeah, so that is definitely a way to go. I would say another way to go as well is there's only one, I think, catback But this catback actually is really good, really loud. It has that deepness that you want. Oh, actually we have a couple. So we have a couple of, catbacks. So C&L, I personally haven't really heard much of this, but this is under $1,000. But yeah, the one that I would go with would be probably the MBRP. These ones right here, I've heard, especially the race version, are ridiculously loud. So let me go ahead and show you guys a quick sound clip of it.
Lumini Steel version. Here.
I believe it's gonna be the beginning. Okay. Now, just a disclaimer, the videos don't really do it justice. So I've had it set up where, well, actually my current setup is an axle back with an Xpipe, and it's extremely loud. Like, you can hear me coming down the street. So just know that when you go with these types of setups right here, they're really loud. They're also, magnets to being with cops, and they're gonna wake the neighbors up. So just a consideration, if you don't want to always be waking up your neighbors, one way to go is go with a valve exhaust setup. So for me right now, what I have is I have the Valvetronic mufflers, universal mufflers. So this is what they come like, and they come with a pair of two. They have the vacuum setup, and then they have the button that allows you to open and close the valve. So if you're not wanting to wake up the neighbors, then I would recommend getting something like a Valvetronic Designs exhaust. And there's also another one as well that I saw earlier. I think it's called Varix. Varix, I heard with, let's see, Varix. I've heard Varix with headers and everything, and it sounds amazing. So yeah, these are a little bit pricey right here. They're even more pricier, but definitely worth the cost if you're gonna get something like that. So this is this little disclaimer, but since it's gonna be over the $1,000 limit, if you go with the Xpipe, I would just go with the Valvetronic Universal exhaust. And for me, I have the Valvetronic Universal 2.5-inch pipes. So in my opinion, if I was to, go back right now and get a new exhaust setup, I definitely would either get the MBRP race, or I would probably get the SR Performance axle back, the muffler delete right here, with the SR Performance Xpipe or the Roush Xpipe. Now, if I don't want to wake the neighbors up, then I would go with the same setup as far as the Xpipe, but change the mufflers to the Valvetronic. And that Valvetronic should get you right under $1,000 as well, since it's $699. So those are the exhaust setups that I would definitely go with. If you're interested in how my current exhaust setup sounds like with the Valvetronic exhaust and Xpipe, then click on the video right here. And if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.